Go for extension. Radhe Jaya Jaya So, very good, nice flat mic, huh? So, by the sweet will of the Supreme Lord, after some time I again got the chance to be with my people, my friends, my family. Like you can see, Prasannatma Prabhu, the ghost. Like that. What, he don't know what is ghost?
Gold.
Your gold
is gold.
Gold.
Gold is gold, but can't be sold. Oh, so anyhow, Lord is very merciful on each and every jiva.
Le Seigneur est très miséricordieux envers chaque être vivant.
Please don't interrupt. You do one thing. How many people need translation? They come together. No?
Ok. C'est qui parle? Who doesn't speak English? Qui parle pas anglais?
J'ai besoin du français. Je suis sourd.
C'est différent. Ok.
Au fond.
Et il y a qui pour le téléphone?
Est-ce que tu peux t'avancer encore un peu?
La traduction? Jean-Baptiste, puis...
C'est
Voilà.
une relation intime.
Ouais.
What everyone can understand?
Oh, two people, but they will translate directly.
Oh, that's good.
Simultaneously.
That's good. So now, you know, Lord has been very merciful to all the jivas of this world. So what He did, He has given different paths by which directly or indirectly a jiva can try to reach Him. It's not like that one specific path and then you have to follow it. If not, you won't be able to get any kind of a benefit. Lord is merciful, you know. As the holy name, what it is said, Aneka loke ravansha, Aneka prakar. And different people have their different kinds of interests. Not everyone has the same interest and same desire to surrender to only one specific name of the Lord, you know. And also like pastimes also. Some people are more connected to the pastimes of Narsimhadev. Some are more connected to Sri Ramachandra. Some are connected to Dwarikadish and some are connected to Vrindavan Chandra. So everyone has a different kind of taste, different inclination. So Lord is very merciful upon all of them. So He has provided a many ways by which we can indirectly or directly try to reach Him. Like that. So among them, what is the best? The best is Nam Sankirtan. The best is the chanting of the holy name. The best is, what is the best? The best is bhakti, devotion. It is the best. Or else there is a path of karma, jnana, yoga, all these things are there. That's why he is specifically mentioning what he says, na sadhet mam yogo na sankyam dharmodhav na swadhyaya tapastyagat yatha bhakti mama urjita. Yatha bhakti mama urjita. Urjita means to attract. what the ability to attract me, which is in bhakti, that is not seen in other means of sadhana. Like that. That's why he says, Yatha bhakti mama urjita. The way devotion attracts me, the same way, you can't attract me by other means. That's why he says, Na sadhyet mam yogo. You may perform any kinds of yoga, but ultimately that's not going to attract me. That is not going to grab my attention. That's why in Bhagavad Gita also the Lord very specifically mentions Yoginam api sarvesham madgaten antaratmana Shraddhavan bhajete yoma. The one who is worshipping me with firm faith, that is the one I consider as the best. That doesn't mean he is rejecting other kinds of practices, but that is not going to give the best result. Yoga, karma, jnana, all these things are there. And interestingly, all these whichever are mentioned, independent to bhakti, they have no meaning. You may perform karma. You may be engaged in all kinds of karmic activities, but if you are independent to bhakti, then it is only karma that is going to give you the result where you will get some punya, nothing more. And independent of bhakti, jnana also is not going to be very beneficial. Yoga, anything. But if you see, when all these things are along with bhakti, then they show very good result. So ultimately it is said, whatever you practice, wherever you are there, the best and ultimate thing to attract the Lord is to perform bhakti. So bhakti is very important. And that too, a practice where the Lord is one-pointed. The Lord has to be one-pointed, like that. We perform bhakti in this world, many devotees or even non-devotees, they all are performing bhakti. You can't say that people are like completely atheists and they are not doing anything. They are practicing, but it is mixed with so many things. It is mixed with so many things. As a result, they are unable to see the best results of their practice. But the Lord says, if you really want to be happy, I am very, merciful to you, and I have given so many ways, and also I gave you the best. Choose it. What is that? Bhakti. Bhakti means what? To perform that activity which pleases the object of adoration. That is bhakti. Whatever is pleasing the Lord, that is what we have to perform. And what is pleasing? What is pleasing? There are so many ways, but among them the best which is mentioned is Nam Sankirtan, the chanting of the holy name of the Lord, like that. If we are following other paths, if we are practicing other paths like Jnana, when you are practicing Jnana means you need a very deep study, a strong practice. Like I was in Barcelona and one devotee came to me and She is the disciple of Niranjan Swami from ISKCON. She came to me and she was saying that I don't feel much inspired while chanting, but I feel like very inspired while performing Sankirtan. So what to do? And our acharyas, they have mentioned in the glorification of holy name, where they say, then you focus on chanting of the name, on performing Sankirtan of the holy name. Maybe while chanting, at one point you have to forcefully engage yourself. You have to focus. But while performing Sankirtan, without your knowledge and without your intention, you are naturally engaged. Your mind, body and word. So slowly that Sankirtan helps you come close and connect more deep with Sri Krishna. Like that. So when we try to choose other forms of practices, like, if we want to practice yoga, then we should have strict discipline and strict rules to follow. You can't just be, take it very lightly and do whatever you want. You have to be very strict. But what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave us is very special. He says, Nacho gao bhakt sange karo sankirtan. You just sit, sing, dance with the devotees, perform Sankirtan. That's enough for you. They gave the best with no rules. Very easy to approach. That is the beauty of the devotion for the Lord. And also if we are performing karma, if we want to engage in some karmic activities, you should make sure that all the rituals are performed properly. If something goes wrong, the result also goes wrong. The result goes wrong. Like, even if you think something which is good, then also the result goes wrong sometimes. Like, you see some people, they are walking very far to the river and try to get water for drinking. So you wanted to make a well or something, and then you arrange for digging of the well. You have very good intention, and with that intention you made a well. Some fellow who was frustrated, doesn't want to live anymore, he comes there and jumps into the river, into that well, and then he's finished. So you performed good karma. But what happened is someone, because of their activity, what they did, they jumped, and then as a result you have to face that bad karma. Because it is you who did it. So when you are on the path of karma, you have to be very careful. And when you are on the path of yoga, you should have some discipline, some rules, everything. And when you are following the path of jnana, you should have proper knowledge, proper approach. Then only you will find result. But for performing bhakti, such thing is not needed. Whether you have brains and you have no brains. Some people, they are like, they have no brain. That's totally fine.
Totally fine.
Like that. I'm talking about in terms of devotion. You don't have brains, no problem. You sit and chant, you get okay. You sing and keep they are benefited. That is the beauty. That is the speciality. Whether a person is crazy or something else, whatever, or maybe no knowledge, they can't understand anything, dull-headed person, whatever it is. He won't be able to follow any specific rules, any regulations, no problem. Just sing the holy name. and then you will be very, very much benefited. What happens is the bhakti, it totally depends on the inner feelings and the love and surrender within the heart of the person. And this bhakti is the only path which helps the person awaken that love for the Lord. That helps the person to awaken that love. You don't need to try hard to love. If you sit and perform Sankirtan, it naturally attracts. It naturally attracts. And then slowly at one point of time, you become more deeply connected to the Lord. That's why it is said, Atha Sri Krishna Namadina Bhaved Grahyam Indriya Sevan Mukhaiva Jivhado. Starting from the tongue, Jivha. In all the ways, we have to use all the senses, we have to engage all the senses. But starting from the tongue, when we start to chant, when we start to sing the names of the Lord, we start to see the best results. We'll be able to see the best results. And how? In this world, if we don't have knowledge, we will be useless. So we have to acquire so much of knowledge about every specific thing. But there it's not like that. You are engaged in the singing of the glories of the Lord. That becomes bhakti, and that attracts the attention of the Lord, and that only brings everything in our heart. Swayameva Spurityada means it manifests in the heart. Everything manifests. In fact, our relation also. We may think that I have this relation with the Lord. It's like, let us suppose I believe that I have this kind of bhav for the Lord. But when time comes, whatever you deserve and whatever is your level and whatever it is, according to that it will manifest in the heart. It will manifest in the heart. That is the beauty. You don't need to struggle. You don't need to struggle. In devotion is the only thing where there is no struggle, no effort, nothing is there. It's like you have to turn towards Him and then He will grab you, He will pull you. Like that. He'll pull you. Okay. Now, that's why it is said, Krishna Buli Seji Vanadi Bahirmukh. Like we have turned our faces, from the Lord. Bhakti helps us to turn towards Krishna. And the moment we turn, the next moment He will start pulling us towards Himself. And then, Yasmin Prapte Sarvamidam Praptam Bhavati, the moment you get Him, little, even a little, that much you have attained everything you can say. Sarvamidam Praptam Bhavati. You have attained everything. Like that. With very less effort. In fact, with zero endeavor. Just only simply by turning towards Him, we get everything. Like that. So, we have to understand. So whether a person is educated or not educated, literate, illiterate, or rich or poor, powerful, weak, whatever human or animal, nothing is going to make any difference. Only thing is that we have to develop that love. We have to surrender to the Lord, that's all. And that is devotion. That is devotion. Very simple. You can see Dhruv Maharaj, he was such a small boy. What did he learn in that small, tender age? What Siddhantas he has learned? Nothing. In fact, when the Lord appeared, he wanted to glorify the Lord, but he don't know how to do it. With an innocent face, he was looking at the Lord, having his darshan, and very mercifully the Lord touched his Panchajanya on his chin, and then he started glorifying the Lord. He had darshan, and he has so much of inner feeling. But when he desired to express how to do it, he don't know anything. Then the Lord mercifully gave him the language to express his heart. Like that. He only gave the language. Where with that language, now he is expressing his heart. And where what he says, I have come here to acquire some piece of land. I did this tapasya to acquire land. It's like a piece of a glass, broken glass. And what I got now, what to talk about? Like that. How he realized that realization, how did he come to him? He is such a small boy. Which school he went? Where did he learn all these things? He had the desire to acquire some land and then a kingdom much bigger than his grandfather. And then he went into the forest. There he met Narad Goswami and they both had this conversation. And Narad Goswami did not tell him that don't do tapasya for acquiring this kingdom or something. No. He said, okay, if you want to see God, whatever is your desire, this is what you have to do. He gave the mantra and he left. Gave few instructions that don't blame others for your suffering. If you are suffering, don't blame for others. Okay. He did sadhana. He performed tapasya. As a result, he had darshan of the Lord. He had darshan of it. And now, everything is naturally coming out from the heart. Swayameva spurityada. It's coming out from the heart. And then he is glorifying the Lord with beautiful prayers. Like that.
So darshan is based on tapasya?
No. It is based on the mercy of Sri Guru and the power of the mantra and the way it was asked to chant. If Gurudev asks us, okay, you do tapasya, then that mantra, while performing that tapasya as per the instructions of Guru, result will come. And when Gurudev asks us to chant Harinam, to sing a kirtan, and then we have to do that only. According to that, we will get the result. So Dhruva Maharaj was not in Kali Yuga. So in that particular age, that was recommended to him, like that. But for the jivas of Kali Yuga, it's not recommended. So it's not about what practice we do. It is about, one is about which yuga it was and yuga dharma. And second, and the most important is how Guru is instructing. It purely depends on the instructions of Sri Guru. If Gurudev wants us to chant any name, forget like Maha Mantra, if Gurudev will say chant some other mantra, then also we will be benefited. It purely depends on the mercy and the direction, guidance of Gurudev only. We can see, Narad Goswami told Valmiki to chant Mara. He did not ask him to chant Ram because he can't chant. Simply by chanting the name Mara, he became like he has attained the position of a Brahman. What to talk? but in which Sahasranam Mara is mentioned? Tell me. There is nowhere it's mentioned. At least maybe okay for this particular person he has chosen this name from somewhere. No. No name of the Lord is Mara. In fact, he turned the name completely. And the meaning also changed. Ram is Ram. When you talk about Mara, it's like dead. But Narad Goswami, out of his compassion towards the great sage Valmiki, he told him, chant. And then Lord has to accept it. Our sadhana is actually an insignificant thing, but that is very important for in our level. If we see from their level, from higher level, what is our sadhana? Like that, Our sadhana is not, what is our sadhana? What sadhana we are doing? Nothing. Like that. Whoever like. But from our side, that's very important. From their side, if we see our sadhana is not even 1%. Everything is purely kripa based. It's purely kripa. That's it. We don't know how to hold the beats. We don't know how to chant Harinam. Many people you can see, they were like keeping the beads in the pant. Many people I have seen, they put their beads in the jacket. How can the beads go below the level of your navel? It is Nam Brahma. It is Nam Brahma, The deity which is in the altar, that same deity is in the form of a bead. You are holding the lotus feet of the Lord because the beads were given by Sri Guru, installing Nam Brahma there, and then he gave it to us. Anywhere we keep the beads, how can we do that? So our sadhana, if we think about the way we perform sadhana, how much devotional it is. And many people while chanting, when they get knots inside and then they do like this. Not correct. Like Tarun Krishna is very happy.
He's always happy.
He's always happy.
You know, Maharaj.
Yes.
I am very happy to see you today.
So
Especially to come to front of you today. Very happy.
So what happens is like this, It's very simple, very easy. We don't need to struggle in devotion. We don't need to struggle in expressing our love. We don't need to do any hard work. Simply turn ourselves towards Him. That's it. Life is transformed. Life is transformed. Like you can see Dhruv Maharaj, and like you can see Gajendra. Gajendra is in the form of an elephant. Like of course we read from Bhagavatam Gajendra Stuti, those 33 verses which Gajendra spoke. But if you see, he had an elephant body. So the way he speaks is also like an elephant only. So it appears externally like an elephant holding the lotus in his trunk, sinking into the waters. He is crying loudly. But actually it is the prayer he is making in front of the Lord. Lord is so merciful, he understands. He will not say, it's not Sanskrit, Om Namo Bhagavate Tasmai Etat Chidatmakam. You are not saying this, you are crying, your tone is something else. No. He sees the inner feelings and responds very quickly. Externally, outside, you may be very expert in so many things and this, that, and internally, if it's zero, we won't be able to attain anything. That's very important. And like Jambuan, he has an animal body, like that. Anantadev has an animal body, like that. Snake form. Lord doesn't see the forms, Lord only sees the heart, like Garud. At least Garud, Anantadev, they all can even speak, But in the Gajendra, who was in the form of an elephant, what would he speak? But Lord sees the inner feelings that surrender, the mood of surrender. Srila Bhakti Goswami Maharaj would speak about this Gajendra, and he would say that he says, Lord comes to the palace and he says to Rukmini that I am very hungry, bring food for me very quickly. And then she is like, he doesn't want her to remain quiet. He says, bring fast. So when she is bringing bhog for him, by that time he already disappeared. She was like, where did he go? And she also sits behind Garud. And then she is going to see what he is going to do, where he is going. And then what Srila Maharaj says that when Garud, he is traveling with the speed of mind, that also the Lord is feeling very slow today. That's his compassion. That's his protection for his devotees. He just jumps from Garud to protect Gajendra. And now if you ask what language you have, like, to communicate with the Lord, nothing. And Sudama, if someone says like someone is very rich, very this, and Sudama, what he had? Sudama, he has nothing. He is extremely poor. He is so poor that he doesn't have anything to feed his own children. And even when the wife of Sudama wants him to go to Dwarika and they have nothing, so what they did, they borrowed some like cheap rice from the neighbors, and then with 3 fists of it, and then packed it, and then he carried it to Dwarika. What does he have? What is attracting? Why the Lord gets attracted? He washed the feet of Sudama with his tears. When Sudama has gone, because he was a Brahmin, he has no shoes, very poor, no clothes. In fact, what did he do? His clothes were torn and then there is nothing to stitch even. He was making knots. And then dhoti came till the hip. Till the thighs, you can say, like this. Slowly making knots, and then it became like. And no shoes, nothing. Very weak, very thick. And what he has to offer? But still, Lord sees the inner feelings. Lord sees the inner feelings. Lord, in fact, he made a big joke with him. Then also, he was not disturbed. When he went to Dwarika, Lord saw his condition and then he started crying. And with the tears only he bathed his feet. After that, he changed his clothes. He brought his own clothes and then he gave it to him. So he was in Pitambar when he was in Dwarika. Nicely, my friend, come and take my clothes and then this. Okay. And then he feed him very nicely and all, everything. After that, when Sudama, he says, I have to leave now. My wife and children are waiting for me. He said, okay. He said, you are very thin, very weak. If you go with these clothes, someone might rob you, thinking, this fellow is very rich. You better go on your own clothes. Because it's safe. He took back his clothes also. Not even a dhoti on his body. And his old torn cloth he wrapped again. And then he is walking back. But he was so happy that after a long time I could see my friend. After a long time I could have, darshan of my friend. He was so happy. His heart is filled with joy. And you can see, Lord has given everything to Sudama. He has given everything to Sudama. Amazing devotee he was. Even after having everything, he only chanted the name of the Lord, but he did not accept anything material which was given by the Lord to him. Like that, Anyhow, sometimes we say it's the mercy of the Lord, we are getting it. Okay. He said, then also I don't want. The real treasure is your name. The real treasure is your devotion, which I am blessed with. I don't need anything after that. And you can see Vidur, which high caste he is from. So bhakti is like that, it is beyond, it is beyond a caste, rich, poor, all those things. There is no such barrier which can be an obstacle for the person to walk in the path of devotion. Till what time we have?
Unlimited.
Okay, anyhow.
Normally at is 7:30, but
You can cross that.
I will not
5
cross.
o'clock.
No problem.
Till 8.
Anyhow, so okay, it's like Vidur. What he has. When we see the life of Vidur, it is not disclosed, It was hidden kind of, because Mahabharata is like very much centered to the life of Pandavas and what's happening with them and all. But now when we see the life of Vidur, what happens? Lord Krishna, he comes for this compromise between Kauravas and Pandavas, and when he failed, now Duryodhan wants to host him. He says, no, I'm not interested, I have to go somewhere else. And then he goes to the house of Vidur. And you can see what he has in his place. First of all, he is the Dasi Putra. He is the son of the maid. He is not Kshatriya, he is the son of maid. In fact, there is you can't say there is some biological relation also between the mothers. No. Ambika, Ambalika, they both are like sisters. Amba, Ambika, Ambalika are sisters. And Amba, she left. Ambika and Ambalika, they both were there. And now she is the maid of them, serving them. In a way, it's like Sudra. Only Vyasadev, it's only the mercy of Vyasadev as instructed by Mother Satyavati. And then finally Vidur appeared. They treated him as brother and they made him Mahamantri, they made him the main prime minister of Hastinapur. but he never took any salary from the government. He never took any salary. That's why when there was this battle in Kurukshetra, he said, I try to explain you not to fight and die. When you people have finally decided to die, you carry on. And then he left for pilgrimage. He left everything and he went for pilgrimage because he never took any salary, nothing from the government. He never ate anything there. Every day he was going and begging for himself and maintaining his life like that. How many people know this? Now the Lord is revealing it. He is the Prime Minister, but he has no shelter. The place where he has, like you can see sunlight coming and then rain is also coming, everything is coming. There is nothing. There are 4 walls, that's it. So when the Lord wanted to go there, he went. And now there is nothing to eat. There were some, half-ripe bananas were there. Bananas were not fully ripe. If they are fully ripe, then also the peel is little different, Full ripe banana peel and raw banana peel and half ripe banana peel. Anyhow, it's raw, you can't even peel. But if it is half ripe, you can peel it, but it's different. It's like jelly and all so much. The wife of a Vidur, she has these half-ripe bananas and she's peeling them, throwing banana down and then feeding the peel, and the Lord is accepting the peel of banana. What he sees? What he sees? That's very important, He doesn't see whether the person is rich, poor, what it is, and knowledgeable, literate, illiterate and all. He has opened the door of a bhakti by which we can enter and love him and develop that relation, and we can mature everything like that. And still you can see how he is Vidur is like that. And you can see Kubja, what beauty she has. He is calling her Sundari. Baladev, Baladev is Baladev. He says, hey Kubja. And she was like, Even though she is like that. But that was the style, that was the way Baladev is addressing her, and then she was like not happy. And then the Lord sees her and says, Sundari, you're most beautiful one. And she was like, Because Lord sees the beauty, the inner beauty. He doesn't see the shapes of the body and colors and complexions, all those things. He sees the beauty of the spirit, of the soul. Like that. Because she had the desire to serve Krishna. And he fulfilled her desire. Like that. And also you can see, she was like not physically, she was not normal. Her structure was not normal. But she has love for the Lord, and Lord also reciprocated. What he did, he put his toe on her feet, and then with the hand he just did like this, and immediately she became very beautiful. It's not that she became straight and then she starts to walk. No, the whole thing is transformed. The whole thing is transformed like that. Lord is not attracted by the beautiful body features, that he has to do it. No, it is the love. Like that. So, what it is, he is not attracted by the outer qualities. Externally, whatever you may possess, that's good. And if we can engage them in the service of the Lord, that will be wonderful. But the Lord sees the heart. Murkhe vadati Vishnaya dhira vadati Vishnave. Someone who is like ignorant person, and the way he chants the name of the Lord, like Vishnaya Nama, is not reciting the name properly. Dhira vadati Vishnave. And a knowledgeable person, he is reciting the name properly, Vishnave Nama. Obhayast samam praptam bhavagrahi janardana. They both will be equally benefited. Why? Bhavagrahi janardana. Lord sees the heart, not the words, not the vocabulary. How you use, what kind of words you use. Like that. He says, if you have love for me, and if you are chastising me in love, that also I enjoy. Out of love, when Mother Yashoda, she was holding the ear of Gopal and showing him a stick. All the devatas, they were like worried. They could not understand what's happening. And the Lord says, don't interfere. It's totally different world. Lord says, don't interfere. They were surprised to see him. Rudantam muhurnetram yugamam rijantam. He's crying with taking deep breath. How it is possible? And before he performed this pastime, he already killed Putana, Shakatasur, Trinavarth. He killed big demons. So they all know who he is. All the devatas, they know, they have been having, watching him, having an eye on him. And they all know. But now they see that Gopal is crying loudly and he is like trembling. Tears flowing from his eyes just by seeing the small piece of stick in the hands of Mother Yashoda and holding his ear like, like that. What is this? This is the love. This is the love. So we should understand about Bhakti. Bhakti is like that. And what makes Bhakti so special? What makes Bhakti so special? It removes all the sufferings. It removes all the sufferings. We hear, when we perform Bhakti, what happens? Kleshagni Shubhada. Kleshagni means the fire of miseries, threefold miseries. It is finished. There is no Adi Daivik Tap, Adi Bhautik Tap, Adhyatmik Tap. It is not there, finished. And that too, very interestingly, this happens in sadhan bhakti only. When we desire to serve the Lord and we start, then only it starts to happen. Forget about God realizations and God attainments and all, that are very far. Simply when we start to practice the path of bhakti, when we develop the desire that I want to serve the Lord, I want to love Him, then only all the miseries are finished. We haven't loved Him yet. Like that. Now we have to do something. No. Just start sincerely and then result comes. Shubhada. When someone is in love, in this world also, you love someone, of course here more people, they have crossed that age. young fellows, when they are in love with someone in their teens, they see everything, the world appears to be something else.
Pink.
Pink, okay. The world appears pink, Like I was traveling recently. I think while coming to Barcelona from Vienna, I was on the aisle seat and there was a couple sitting on middle and the window seat. They don't even know when the flight did take off and landed. Like that. Even when cabin crew, they were passing through and asking, excuse me, you need something. They were in different world. They were not even turning, I could not see their face. I only know that one male and female, they were there. I feel like as if they get a chance, they would jump from the window, Like. So the thing is, when you are in love, it happens like that. Unfortunately, what is defined as love in this world, it's keep on changing. Today, some other fellow is your love. And next time, it's some other, and the other time some other. Like that. It's like experimenting. But there it's not like that. It is only to understand. Forget the joke, but it is to understand. If we can experience or if we can try that love for the Lord, everything is transformed. Shubhada. Everything appears very auspicious. Each and everything appears very auspicious. We don't find anything miserable after that. Of course, there are miseries in this world. We are in this world, we can't say no. But that's not affecting that much. Like that. Lord takes care of the person, of the soul who wants to come back to Him from day one. He gives special attention to the soul. He takes care since the soul appears. Because soul is never born. So when the soul appears from the marginal potency of the Lord, He starts to take care of the soul. Because He is the Father, eternal Father. Aham bija pradapita. Everything is appearing from me only. So my children, so I have to look after my children. He does that. But when someone develops the desire that I just want to come close to you, I want to love you, I want to serve you, then immediately he starts to reciprocate. And his reciprocation begins with a Kleshagni Shubhada. Like that. The world, someone is in the world and then he is not burned by the miseries of this world. How it is possible? But because now the Lord is reciprocating, He started giving His love to the jiva. That's why there is no pain. There is no misery. If the Lord has to wait us to reach the level of prema bhakti, and then only I will fix everything, it's never possible. But the Lord is so merciful, understanding our desire. He is so merciful, not even following our efforts. The result. We have the desire to love God. Okay, good. How sincere we are in it, in our practice. Forget it. The Lord only sees how much efforts He is making. Every time He tries, He fails. Every time He tries, He fails. Every time He tries, He fails. But the Lord sees, oh, he has been trying very hard. How can I leave him? How can you leave him? Can you imagine? That is the love, the reciprocation coming from the Lord. Even in the initial stages of bhakti, forget about attaining perfection in our sadhana, in the initial stage. Like that. Lord is nowhere to be blamed, and no one is nowhere to be blamed if we are not very good, if we are not very well in our practice. That is truly our own misfortune. No one is involved in this world to be blamed, because Lord is there to reciprocate very fast. Instant. Like that. You click and then the page opens, the browser, it opens. Whatever, like that. It's one click. And the Lord is so close to us, even if we are going to the button to click, in between only He starts to reciprocate. Oh, this fellow has the desire, now I should reciprocate. Kleshagni, Shubhada. All the miseries are gone. Like that. जीता मरता जो तेरी लगन में, जलते रहते हैं विरहा अग्नि में. They are in love. And then the Lord says, I feel the same. Not just the person is burning in separation or in love with the Lord. He is also equally burning. Who will burn for us? Who will suffer for us? Why would someone will be happy to cry for us? No one. Like that. So anyhow, it removes all the sufferings. There is no place for suffering. And then gives happiness, bliss, joy. Every step towards Krishna, every step towards His service is giving lot of bliss in the heart. Even the highest thing, whatever we can attain in this world, which is called liberation, that also appears like a small thing. Moksha lagutakrit. Moksha lagutakrit. In this world, only 4 things can be attained: dharma, artha, kama, moksha. In this world, the 4th purushartha, the ultimate purushartha is moksha, liberation. And the person who wants to connect himself with the Lord, for them liberation also appears like insignificant thing. But I don't want it. What will I do? What is the use? They are least worried about the miseries of the world. They are least worried because they are not affected. Because of the prarabdhas or whatever reason, they may remain, but the effect won't be there. Dahyati Agnir, the fire god, his job is to burn. If you set fire, then everything will be burned to ashes, that is for sure. Because that is the nature of fire. It burns everything. Like that. But when in the Lanka, they tried to put fire on the tail of Hanuman, it could not even burn even one hair. How is this possible? Fire is there. And the effect of fire is also there, because with that tail only he burned whole Lanka. With that tail he burned whole Lanka. So the whole Lanka is burned, but only 2 places there is no effect of the fire. One is the house of Vibhishan. Vibhishan is the brother of Ravan, and there was no fire. and one the tail of Hanuman. What is this? The whole city is burning, the whole country is burning, and in between only one house it is protected. You know, it's so strange. If in the forest, if there is a forest fire, what? The wet wood or the dry wood or grass, whatever it is, everything becomes ashes, you know. Then it's not like whatever dry trees are there or whatever dry leaves are there, only they are burning, others are not burning. No. A forest fire means the whole forest is burned completely. There is no difference of wet or dry or anything. Like when the city is burning, everywhere all the houses are burning, that means how can this only one house remain without burning? That is the beauty, because Lord's reciprocation. There is a misery, but the effect of misery is not there. Why? Because Lord is also reciprocating. So there is no pain, there is no misery, there is no suffering. Only happiness is there. They made Prahlad sit on the lap of the sister of Hiranyakashipu, and then they put fire. Everything burned to ashes, but nothing could happen to Prahlad. He did not even feel the heat. How is this possible? Fire is there, and they tried to burn him. That also happened. But there is no effect, because the Lord is reciprocating like that. And He reciprocates in such a way that only gives happiness, you know. That gives so much of joy. Like that. And then, even the highest thing in this world, ultimate thing which is called as liberation, that is also considered insignificant, useless. Forget it. It is of no use, like that. And especially, you know, a kind of a mood is developed that even though I get the chance to liberate, then also I don't want. I want to serve the Lord. That is what Bhakti teaches us. That is what Bhakti bestows us. That is what the Lord gives us. His own devotion, Bhakti. His own seva. He inspires us from inside that serving me is much more pleasurable. Serving me is much more pleasurable than attaining any kind of perfections or liberations. What is the use by attaining all those things? I don't want. That's why Bhaktivinoda Thakur, why he said this, Pasu Pakshi Hoye Thaki Swargeva Niraye. I'm happy to be a bird or beast or go to heaven or hell, anywhere, I really don't mind. Only thing I desire is that your devotion should remain within my heart. I only want your devotion should remain, that's it. I want to serve you. Serving means what? It is dadati pratigrinati. You do something and the Lord reciprocates, He does something. And again you do something, He does something. It's a kind of loving exchange between the Lord and His beloved. It starts with Bhakti Sankirtan. It starts with the chanting of the holy name. Like that. It will elevate us, it will take us to that level. Like that. It will take us to that level. And also, Bhakti, you know, it helps us to not only remove our sin, it also removes the seed of the sin. That's very important. Okay, a person has taken up like Vishwamitra. He has he stopped wars and all, everything, no battles, nothing is there now because he was a Kshatriya. So later he stopped everything. And now he started doing tapasya. But still, he was attracted by the beauty of Menaka, and 2 times he could not maintain his tapasya. And also, not only that, everyone is glorifying him as Brahmarshi, but Vasishtha, he says he is Rajarshi. And because of that, he was so upset, he even killed, he could not control his anger. He could not control his anger, what to do? And as a result, he killed 100 sons of Vasishtha. And he even wanted to kill Vasishtha. But it is the blessing of getting sadhu sang. It transforms the consciousness. Sadhu sang, a person who has that deep love for the God, he has that devotion for the God. When we associate with such personalities, our mind is also changed, it is transformed. It transforms our consciousness. Now he wanted to kill Vasishtha. When he comes to him, and then immediately his idea is dropped, and then later he becomes like very great personality. Even Lord Ramachandra is also massaging his feet. Because when Vishwamitra, he goes to Maharaj Dasharatha and he says, I want Lord Ram and Lakshman with me. He said, they are very small. He said, don't worry. He has that realization that they are, even though they appear to be very small, they are not small. He is the Supreme Lord. Even after knowing that he is the Supreme Lord. And then he is giving him massage. Like that. So anyhow, here what bhakti does, it not only purifies us from our past sin, it also takes out the seed of committing sin. That is very important. Today I stopped everything, but inside it is there. Then tomorrow or day after tomorrow it will again come out. That's very dangerous. That will come out. So, whatever sinful reactions we have, which appears like prarabdha, or maybe like sanchita, aprarabdha. They are like sanchit, they are in the storehouse. In our name there is a storehouse, a locker inside, outside. So whatever we do, our karmas, the result of the karma goes there. And bhakti is so special. Bhakti is so special. What it does, it removes everything. It removes everything. Nothing remains after that. Nothing remains after that. Everything is finished. You know, when Rupa Goswami, while glorifying the holy name, at one point he says that once you have attained Brahman realization, all your aprarabdha karmas will be finished. All your aprarabdha karmas are totally finished, but because you are living in this world, you are born with some prarabdhas, so that will remain with you. Because no one can avoid, prarabdhas. But glorifying the holy name, Rupa Goswami, he says, Yad Brahma Sakshat Kritanishtaya Vinashamayati Vinana Bhogai. Apaiti nama spuranena tatte prarabdha karmeti viroti veda. You know, apaiti nama spuranena tatte means like the Brahma Muhurta of the holy name. Now, that pure name, Shuddha name has not yet manifested. Shuddha name has not yet manifested. It is like Namabhav. Like before the sun rises, it's not dark anymore. And at the same time, it's not even like bright sun, the sun has, we can't say that it's already like sunrise. In between time, like the Brahma Muhurta. Like the holy name, before it manifests as Shuddha, from the state of Namaparad, in between, then only even that effect of that, all the prarabdha karmas will disappear. Prarabdha karma iti viroti veda. There won't be effect of any prarabdha karma. That is the speciality of the name of the Lord. That is the speciality of the devotion of the Lord. Even if we can slightly develop the mood to serve the Lord, that also helps us to overcome all the prarabdhas which are next to impossible. Which are next to impossible. No one can come out of prarabdhas. Everyone has to suffer them. Prarabdha means it is a part of life. Our prarabdhas are decided from the first breath to the last breath. How can we remain without breathing? So we breathe. Like that we also reap the result of our prarabdha karmas. It is said when we turn towards Krishna, what happens as a result? We will be free from the prarabdha karmas. Like that. All other means may help you, like especially in the path of Gyan Marg and all, that may help us to come out of aprarabdha karmas. But still we have to reap the result of prarabdha karma. But when we are wanting to serve the Lord, when we surrender to Him, then everything will disappear. Not only that, our anger, greed, everything will disappear. Because they are the bija, they are the seed. If we have anger in us, if we have greed in us, if we have lust in us, and slowly that will create new karma. That will create new karma. That's why he said, Kama Krishna Karma Arpane, Krodha Bhakta Dveshi Jane. In the name of devotion, all these things are diverted towards Krishna in a very beautiful manner that it won't let you perform some bad karma or any karma which will lead to sin again. And the seed is finished now. There is no seed of sin. Because there is no sin, there is no seed, nothing is there. It's only pure seva. And even more devoted inclination for the service of the Lord. It's more devoted, inclination towards the service of the Lord. Like that. And sometimes what happens, you may like anyone, may not be like behaving bad or whatever, he controlled or she controlled her emotions and all everything. But inside it is there. When garbage is inside, when some dirt is inside, how the Lord will come and reside there? Why Mahaprabhu has taught us the first thing? Mahaprabhu could have just given the ultimate message and then left. But he started. from Cheto Darpanam Marjanam. If you see, even the Lord also, Bhagavad Gita, he starts from Dehino Asmin Yatha Dehe Kaumaram Yavvanam Jara. They want us to elevate as long as we are in body consciousness, as long as we identify ourselves with the body, we perform all the activities which are giving pleasure to the body, and then sometimes something comes up which are not giving pleasure to us, the result will be very dangerous because we may become angry. We may become angry. Or maybe we need something so desperate we become greedy. Or maybe lust. We never know. Like that. So what they does is, they remove the seed completely. And how? By diverting them towards the Lord. We only sit and we do kirtan because Lord is Adokshij, we can't see Him. We can't see Him with these mortal eyes, mortal senses, we can't experience Him. So one thing we can do is to sing the holy name. One thing we can do is chant the holy name in the company of pure devotees. And slowly, slowly, whatever is in us, everything is diverted towards the Lord. And that is done by the Lord Himself only, not by others. Because that is the reciprocation of the Lord. The change of heart is happening. That is the reciprocation of the Lord. Oh, you want me? You can't come to me like this, right? Okay. Let me change your consciousness. Let me make it pure. Let me make it pure. And He starts to do everything. We may not commit sin. Okay, this life I haven't committed any sin. Very good. But the seed still remained in the heart. So next life, or maybe some other life, I'll go somewhere else. I'll take birth somewhere else. And then there is high possibility that I will start committing sin depending on that particular environment. What Lord does to the person, but it's not going to happen with some person who has inclination towards karma, who has an inclination towards yoga, or who has an inclination towards gyan or something else. That's why He said, Na sadhayet mam yogo, na sankhyam dharmodva, na swadhyaya tapastyagat. You may be very well versed in many scriptures or many things. You may be performing so many austerities and all everything, but I won't reciprocate to you. I will only reciprocate to one person, that person who is performing bhakti. Who has the desire to serve, I will reciprocate immediately. Because if I don't reciprocate, how will the person serve me? If you want to serve someone and the person will not allow you to serve, or you are not able to go to the person to serve, how would you serve? Like that. Lord knows, oh, you have the desire? Okay, I'll help you. He helps us in all the possible ways. That is the speciality, There is no pain, there is no misery after that. There is no misery after that. Because then there is no sin, then there is no ignorance also. Then there is no ignorance. The person becomes completely pure. He will be free. Like that. And then he starts to use everything for the pleasure of God. He never identifies himself as this body after that. Simply by engaging ourselves in Sankirtan of the Lord, we will also come out of this body consciousness that I am this body. In fact, what comes in our heart is, I belong to Him. So whatever I possess, it is all for His service. Srila Bhakti Goswami Maharaj, one time in Bangalore, he was there to address few children they are like blind. They don't have eyes, they were like blind children. So every now and then they invite some big person or like some reputed person or some sadhu or someone who can come and inspire those blind children, motivate them, okay, like that, console them, give them some sympathy and all. Okay. Now one time they took Srila Bharati Goswami Maharaj. I was there with him, and I think Tapasvi Maharaj was also there. We went there, and then Srila Maharaj, he was speaking. He did not say anything. There was no room for sympathy. He did not say, oh, you are children, you have no eyes, very bad, you take care, nothing doing. Maharaj was like, he has his own style, rubbing his hands and speaking Harikatha, and he says, only eyes you don't have, no? You have all 10 more senses with you. Total 11 senses, only among them eyes are not there. You have 10 more senses. Engage them in the higher cause. What kind of transformation, what kind of, thought it is. Even though, like, our Narottam Prabhu, he is the sevak of Srila Bharati Goswami Maharaj. Okay? His vision is very less. He can't see. Now he is almost like blind, you can say. He can't see. Very hardly 20% visibility is there, and that too, he can feel that someone is there, that's it. But his memory is amazing. His brain functions like very actively, his brain functions. Even when he could not see, then also he was cooking very delicious prasadam for Srila Bharati Goswami Maharaj. One of the best cooks, one of the best person who can cook or take care of someone is Narottam Prabhu. He was washing the clothes of Srila Bharati Goswami Maharaj. He was cleaning the bathroom, he was cleaning his room, he was cleaning his bed, everything. And you will not find even this much of dust or anything dirt in the room of Srila Bharati Goswami Maharaj. How it is possible for a blind person? And believe me, he is 80% blind. He can't see anything. But he is so intelligent. Wherever new place he goes, he just measures the steps and the direction, everything. I should go 20 steps like this and take left, and then, like that kind of brain he has. And you don't need to repeat the mobile number to him just one time, and then he has it in his brain. And he learned, there is Vaishnav Vandana in our Bhajan Geeti. Very big one, It's like, I think some 250 or 300 names of Vaishnavas are mentioned, and it's like very big. Maybe 10-15 pages. Narottam Prabhu would go to Srila Bharati Goswami Maharaj, and Maharaj would recite to him 4 lines. He would listen and repeat once, and then he goes to the kitchen repeating them, and he comes back and then he recite in front of Maharaj and finished. He learned so many shlokas without reading the book, simply by listening. How strong is his ears, how strong is his brain, Like that. But visibility is zero. Nothing. So it's like, it's about engagement. It's about engagement. Lord does the same. Okay, you may have some defects or some issues or something, whatever is there, that's totally fine. But if you have the desire, He will change everything, He will transform everything, He will help you in such a way that you will be able to engage in the service of the Lord. No one in the world can help us engage ourselves in the service of the Lord if we have no desire. And if we have desire, by the mercy of Sri Guru, only Lord can do that. So whoever fails in their sadhana, it's their problem. It is not the problem of someone else. It is not the problem of the Lord. Oh, Lord is not merciful. In India, you will find more people saying like this. Whether you will come to Vrindavan, Lord has no desire. But he is going to send a letter to you or an email or something. Many people now, slowly people started developing that language, and then here also many people say like that. It's purely you have no desire to love God. You have no desire to serve Him. You have no desire to come to Him and do everything for Him. If you have, first person who reciprocates and helps is the Lord Himself. We will discuss remaining tomorrow and further. I don't know whatever the plan is. For now, we will stop here. More Harikatha means things will disappear from the brain. For some people. Vancha kalpatarudhyasya kripasindubhe patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah.
And there will be a program here tomorrow morning. What time is Mangalarti in case Maharaj wants to come? Mangalarti is at 7, Maharaj.
Okay.
Here. Then morning program will come at 10:30.
Yes. So we'll have nice time, some kirtan and all. Okay. Now we will be doing arti or we have some kirtan?
Can do a bhajan just by praying.
Okay, good. Yashodandana Krishna Gopal Govinda Gopal Govinda Yashodanandana Krishna Gopal Govinda Mohan Hari माधव राम वृंदावन चंद्र सीता मुरली वदन श्याम गोपी जनानंदा मुरली वदन मुरली वदन श्याम गोपी जनानंदा मुरली वदन श्याम गोपी जनानंदा यशोदानंदन कृष्ण गोपाल गोविंदा Tomorrow, at least last day, I'll suck your blood and send you back.
Thank you.
Tomorrow's last day.
Yes, please.
Oh.
জয় জয় গৌরা চন্দের আরতি কশোভা
Bye.
Jaya Jaya Radha Krishna Jugalam Lala Jaya Jaya Radha Krishna Arati Kore Guli Sadi Sopna Arati Kore Guli Sadi Sopna Madana Mohana Bhakti Bangharida
जय श्री श्री गुरु गौरंग का गिरिधार श्री श्री राधा मदन मोहन श्री श्री राधा गोविंद श्री श्री राधा गोपीनाथ श्री श्री राधा गिरिधारी श्री श्री राधा नयननाथ श्री श्री राधा दामोदर श्री श्री राधा श्याम सुंदर श्री श्री राधा गोकुलानंद पंचतत्वात्मकम श्री गौर हरि की
जय।
जय श्री बलदेव श्री सुभद्रा श्री जगन्नाथ श्री सुदर्शन जी की
जय।
जय श्री गौर नित्यानंद प्रभु की
जय।
जय सर्व विघ्न विनाशनकारी भक्तवत्सल भगवान श्री नृसिंह देव
की जय।
जय पतित पावन परम करुणामय परम आराध्यतम श्रील गुरुदेव नित्य लीला प्रविष्टो विष्णुपाद स्तोत्र शतश्री श्रीमद श्रील भक्ति वल्लभ तीर्थ गोस्वामी महाराज
की जय।
जय पतित पावन परम करुणामय परम आराध्यतम श्रील परम गुरुदेव नित्य लीला प्रविष्टो विष्णुपाद श्री श्रीमद श्रील भक्ति दैत माधव गोस्वामी महाराज की
जय।
जय पतित पावन परम करुणामय परम आराध्यतम श्रील परमेष्टि गुरुदेव नित्य लीला प्रविष्टो विष्णुपाद परमहंस श्री श्रीमद भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी ठाकुर जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की
जय।
जय नित्य लीला प्रविष्टो विष्णुपाद श्रील गौर किशोर दास बाबा जी महाराज की
जय।
जय नित्य लीला प्रविष्टो विष्णुपाद श्रील सच्चिदानंद भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर जी महाराज की जय। जय नित्य लीला प्रविष्टो विष्णुपाद श्रील वैष्णव सार्वभौम श्री जगन्नाथ दास बाबा जी महाराज की
जय।
जय श्री बलदेव विद्या भूषण प्रभु की जय।
जय।
जय श्री विश्वनाथ चक्रवर्ती ठाकुर की
की
जय।
जय।
जय श्री नरोत्तम श्रीनिवास श्यामानंद प्रभु त्रयी की जय।
जय।
जय श्री कृष्णदास कविराज गोस्वामी प्रभु की
जय।
जय श्री रूप सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ श्री जीव गोपाल भट्ट दास रघुनाथ षट गोस्वामी प्रभु
की जय।
जय श्री स्वरूप दामोदर गोस्वामी प्रभु की
जय।
जय श्री राय रामानंद प्रभु की
जय।
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद की
जय।
अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की
जय।
जय श्री नामाचार्य हरिदास ठाकुर जी महाराज की जय।
जय।
योग धर्म श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की
जय।
जय सर्व विघ्न विनाशनकारी भक्त वत्सल भगवान श्री सिंह देव की
जय।
भक्तराज श्री प्रहलाद महाराज की
जय।
भृगु महाराज अम्बरीश महाराज की
जय।
जय श्री क्षेत्र मंडल श्री गौड़ मंडल श्री ब्रज मंडल धाम की जय।
जय।
धाम वासी भक्त वृंद की जय।
जय।
जय श्री क्षेत्रपाल शिव की जय।
जय।
जय श्री बलदेव श्री सुभद्रा श्री जगन्नाथ श्री सुदर्शन जी की जय।
जय।
जय श्री पुरुषोत्तम धाम की जय।
जय।
जय श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपी गोवर्धन वृंदावन श्री राधा कुंड श्याम कुंडात्मक श्री ब्रज मंडल धाम की
जय।
जय श्री अष्ट सखी वृंद की जय।
जय।
जय चारों वैष्णव संप्रदाय की जय।
जय।
श्रीमन मध्व रामानुज विष्णु स्वामी निम्बाद इत्यादि चतुर वैष्णवाचार्य वृंद की जय।
जय।
विश्व वैष्णव राज सभा की जय।
जय।
आकर मठराज मूल श्री चैतन्य मठ तत्शाखा मठ समूह की जय।
जय।
जय नित्य लीला प्रविष्टोम विष्णुपाद परमहंस श्रील भक्ति सर्वस्व गिरी गोस्वामी महाराज की जय।
जय।
जय नित्य लीला प्रविष्टोम विष्णुपाद श्री श्रीमद शिला भक्ति गौरव वैखानस गोस्वामी महाराज की जय।
जय।
जय नित्य लीला प्रविष्टोम विष्णुपाद श्री श्रीमद शिला भक्ति रक्षक श्रीधर देव गोस्वामी महाराज की
जय।
जय नित्य लीला प्रविष्टोम विष्णुपाद श्री श्रीमद शिला भक्ति प्रज्ञान केशव गोस्वामी महाराज की
जय।
जय नित्य लीला प्रविष्टोम विष्णुपाद श्री श्रीमद श्रील भक्ति प्रमोद पुरी गोस्वामी महाराज की
जय।
जय नित्य लीला प्रविष्टोम विष्णुपाद श्री श्रीमद श्रील भक्ति वैभव पुरी गोस्वामी महाराज की
जय।
जय नित्य लीला प्रविष्टोम विष्णुपाद श्री श्रीमद श्रील भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी गोस्वामी महाराज की
जय।
जय नित्य लीला प्रविष्टोम विष्णुपाद श्री श्रीमद श्रील भक्ति वेदांत वामन गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। जय नित्य लीला प्रविष्टोम विष्णुपाद श्री श्रीमद श्रील भक्ति वेदांत नारायण गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। जय नित्य लीला प्रविष्टोम विष्णुपाद श्री श्रीमद श्रील भक्ति विज्ञान भारती गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। जय नित्य लीला प्रविष्टोम विष्णुपाद श्री श्रीमद श्रील भक्ति निकेतन तुर्याश्रमी गोस्वामी महाराज
की जय।
जयनित लीला प्रविष्टोम विष्णुपाद श्री श्रीमद श्रील गौर गोविंद स्वामी गोस्वामी महाराज जी
की जय।
जय पूजनीय गुरुवर्ग वृंद की जय।
जय।
जय परम पूज्य पात दंडी स्वामी श्री श्रीमद भक्ति विभूत बोधायन गोस्वामी महाराज की
जय।
परम पूजनीय वैष्णव वृंद की जय।
जय।
परम पूजनीय शिक्षा गुरु वर्ग की जय।
जय।
समस्त सारस्वत गौड़ीय गुरुवर्ग वृंद की
जय।
जय। अपने अपने गुरुदेव महाराज की जय।
जय।
श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की
जय।
जय। उपस्थित वैष्णव वृंद की जय।
जय।
समागत गौर भक्त वृंद की
जय।
जय। गौर प्रेमान
हरि
जय पूज्य पात्र दंडी स्वामी श्री श्रीमद भक्ति वेदांत पर्वत महाराज की
जय।
गौर प्रेमान।
जय। हरि बोल।